Imagine a world where summer heat is unbearable, where floods and droughts become more common. This isn't a dystopian fantasy, but a potential reality if we don't address climate change. Our planet's climate is changing. It's not a hypothesis, not a myth, but a reality backed by solid scientific consensus. The Earth's temperature is rising, and this rise is not a natural fluctuation. It's a result of human activities, our relentless pursuit of industrialization and the conveniences it brings. Picture the Industrial Revolution, the birth of modern industry. It was a time of great progress, but it also marked the beginning of a significant increase in greenhouse gas emissions. These gases, including carbon dioxide and methane, act like a blanket around our planet, trapping heat and causing global warming. The burning of fossil fuels, such as coal, oil and gas for electricity, heat and transportation, is the largest single source of global greenhouse gas emissions. This has led to a global temperature increase of 1.2 degrees Celsius over the past decade, with 2023 being the warmest year on record. Our actions are changing the very fabric of our planet, shifting weather patterns, melting ice caps, and leading to more extreme weather events. These changes aren't just numbers on a chart, but realities we're beginning to face in our daily lives. We've seen the impacts, the wildfires raging across continents, storms growing more severe, and coastal cities threatened by rising sea levels. These aren't isolated incidents but signs of a world reshaped by a changing climate. Climate change is real and it's happening now. But what does the science say? We'll delve into that in the next scene, unraveling the complexities of climate science to better understand the reality we face and the urgency to act. Because the future of our planet depends on the decisions we make today. So let's explore the facts, the science and the solutions. Let's face the reality of climate change together. Climate science might seem complex, but it's all about understanding the relationship between humans and the planet. So let's break down the science behind climate change together. At the heart of this issue is the burning of fossil fuels. These are things like coal, oil, and natural gas that we use for energy. When we burn these fuels, they release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. This carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, which means it traps heat from the sun close to the Earth's surface, causing the planet to warm up. Now you might be wondering, how much has the Earth warmed up? Well, over the past decade, the global temperature has increased by 1.2 degrees Celsius. That might not sound like much, but even a small increase in temperature can have significant impacts on our planet's climate systems. To understand how this warming will affect our future, scientists use climate models. These are complex mathematical formulas that simulate the Earth's climate system. They take into account factors like greenhouse gas emissions, solar radiation, and even the Earth's rotation. These models are incredibly accurate and have been able to predict the rise in global temperatures that we're seeing today. But what about the future? Well, these models predict that if we continue to burn fossil fuels at our current rate, we could see a further increase in global temperatures. This could lead to more extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and loss of biodiversity. The science is clear. Our actions are causing the planet to heat up. But what does this mean for our future? If we continue on our current path, the future looks grim. But how grim exactly? Let's delve into the potential irreversible consequences of climate change to truly grasp the gravity of the situation. One such consequence, and a rather alarming one, is the potential collapse of the Greenland ice sheet. Imagine this vast ice sheet, more than 2 times the size of Texas, melting away, leading to a global sea level rise of up to 20 feet. This would cause catastrophic flooding in coastal cities around the world, displacing millions of people and altering landscapes forever. But the Greenland ice sheet is just one piece of the puzzle. The ripple effects of climate change are far-reaching and go well beyond rising sea levels. We're talking about more intense heat waves making parts of the world uninhabitable, more frequent and severe storms leading to widespread destruction, and shifts in weather patterns that could devastate agriculture and lead to food shortages. And here's the real kicker. According to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, the global temperature has already increased by 1.2 degrees Celsius over the past decade, with the year 2023 being the warmest on record. This rapid warming is primarily attributed to human activities, particularly the burning of fossil fuels. Now you may have heard of the Paris Agreement's goal to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Sounds reasonable, right? But here's the sobering truth. Current trends suggest we're likely to exceed this target. We're on a trajectory that could see our planet warming by more than 2 degrees Celsius this century. And the effects of that? Well, they're not pretty. The consequences of inaction are dire. But it's not too late to change our course. It's up to us, as individuals, businesses, and governments, to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and transition to renewable energy sources. The future of our planet depends on it. So let's roll up our sleeves and get to work. Because the future is not set in stone. It's in our hands. We have the knowledge, we have the tools. Now it's time to act. The urgency of the situation cannot be overstated. Climate change isn't just knocking on our door, it's barging in. It is a crisis that demands action from everyone, governments, businesses, and individuals alike. We must all take responsibility and play our part in this global mission. It's vital that we drastically reduce greenhouse gas emissions, the main culprit of the warming world. This means rethinking our lifestyles, our economies, our industries. But it's not just about cutting back, it's also about looking forward to a future powered by renewable energy. Wind, solar, hydro, these are the power sources of a sustainable future. Transitioning to these alternatives isn't just an option, it's a necessity. And it's possible with the right commitment and action. Together, we can turn the tide on climate change. The future of our planet depends on it.